What's going on, guys? My name is Palpatine Bricks. I'm sure you know my name. And today we're moving on to the year of 2001. We have done two other videos of every single LEGO Star Wars set ever made from 1999 to 2000s. But today we'll be focusing on 2001. Now, bear in mind, this does not include any polybags, only just sets. And in this year in total, we had 10 different sets. One of them I don't have right now on the table because it is in the post. It was around $3,000 sealed. It's the Darth Maul bust. I do have that one built in a container, but just to let you know, that is one of the UCS sets that's not going to be included in this video. But let's move on to the video and see exactly how many sets we have from the smallest to the biggest, so that you stay tuned to the end of the video. As you can see here from the table, we do have a variety of sets and the sizes, from a very big blockade runner all the way down to a Droid Escape. We'll be looking at all these sets individually and maybe even potentially ranking them from best to worst. But let me know in the comments below what you guys already think about the 2001 wave. I don't think it's that great. I think it's pretty forgotten, and most of these sets are pretty ugly, but let's take a look at it anyway. So the first set we'll be taking a look at is the 7106 Droid Escape. Now, this is the smallest set that got released in 2001. We do have the droid pod right there with C-3PO and a R2-D2 droid car, very cool. And we also have a little picture of it from the side, which I love, from the 1990s box art itself. A little side build of the model, and also it breaking down a lot of pieces on the floor, and C-3PO even picking up a piece of the pod. So this is the first set that got released in 2001. Not bad. We did get a bunch of re-releases of this set later on, even 2016, but this is the first time we'll be seeing a Droid Escape pod. Now, the next set is a battle droid carrier. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, you actually seen this one not a while ago. There was actually a re-release of this set, actually released for free when you purchased over $200. I'm pretty sure it looked the exact same as this set, so it's pretty cool to see. 7126 is the set number, as you can see, in 133 pieces. Very cool battle droid carrier. If you love battle droids, this is a beautiful set to get to yourself. And then we got these side alternate builds, which they've been making for those years, and also the battle droids actually picking up the model itself. Very cool to see. And it also has that picture like the other one that we just shown you, with a little side picture of the set. Very good condition set from 2001. Very nice second set that we saw in this way. The next set we've got is in an Imperial ATST, probably the ugliest Imperial ATST we've ever gotten. This is obviously based on the Ewok village fight, or Endor if you want to call the planet. 7127 with a Chewbacca Imperial ATST, very odd colors, and you can see it being taken apart there, and also the little alternate builds. So for a third set of this wave, it's pretty cool to see, and also has a printed piece there in the middle, and the actual Imperial ATST pictured there. So pretty cool to see, but let's move on to the next. Now, the fourth set on this list we've got is the 7146. Now, this is a blue TIE fighter, so they weren't really used to doing those black TIE fighters just yet. In 2005, we did get a re-release of this one, but with a Darth Vader light-up minifigure. Pretty cool to see that we got a real release of this set as well. Also, if you want to count the TIE Fighter collection set as well, that also got re-released there. It gets a TIE Fighter pilot, a stormtrooper, a little stand, and also the model itself. Very cool set to see. I do really like this set, actually. And we got a little side picture as well. And of course, we get the side builds, which look like old spaceship models, which is pretty cool, and the stand for the actual TIE Fighter. Very cool little neat set for the 2001 LEGO Star Wars wave. Now, the 7166 Imperial Shuttle. Now, this was the first Imperial Shuttle that got released by LEGO Star Wars in 2001. We had another re-release of this exact model, but with a little side piece to it. I'm pretty sure it was in 2004, so that will be in the next video of the 2004 wave. But this is the shuttle itself. We get two red knights, then we get a Palpatine, a shuttle driver, and I'm pretty sure that's all the minifigures in the set. This is a very cool alternate build as well. So is this one. But you can see the shuttle itself there. Now, the shuttle itself, I would say, is not that great of a set. I did have a couple on display not long ago, but I did sell them because they were pretty trash compared to the Lambo class T-4A shuttle, which is the UCS style of this shuttle. And obviously they have released two other newer ones in the Star Wars Rebels year and 2023, I'm pretty sure, a new shuttle. So there's a lot of these shuttles going around, but if you are nostalgic, you will buy this one. So the next bunch of sets that I will be looking at is the two Technic sets that got released in 2001. Now I'm pretty sure this was the last year of the Technic sets. It's kind of like the buildable figures we've got today, all the microfighters, all those short themed sets. These are the last ones of Lego Star Wars, and to be fair, I understand why they got rid of them, because they're extremely ugly. But let's take a look at it anyway. We've got the Lego Star Wars 8007 C-3PO, 330mm long. It is very ugly. It does not look like a C-3PO at all. I mean, it has some gold tints to it, but I'm glad they dropped this. It has 339 pieces, and it's the set number 8007. The box art itself is pretty cool, actually. I do like this box art a lot. You can see the R2-D2 there, a bit of a shadow, and I'm pretty sure this is from episode 1. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. So pretty cool to see. Another thing that I would mention, they were extremely hard to build and take apart. Very annoying sets to build themselves. So a lot of these kids didn't really like Technic sets and they went for the other sets. So pretty thing to actually look at as well before you buy these sets. Then at the back it shows the one that goes against the C-3PO. So we've got the Stormtrooper, which is also from that year. We've got these one singular alternate build, which is a ship, pretty ugly, and then we've got C-3PO, its actual picture with a Stormtrooper, and then also a couple scenes of the actual C-3PO in the movies with Luke, Mos Eisley, and maybe when they got out of the Droid Escape pod. Pretty cool to see for a C-3PO from 2001. Not really my cup of tea, but again, it's all everyone's opinions, so I'm not going to quote anyone on if you don't like it or if you do like it. So that's a very interesting set. Now, the second Technic set we've got is the Stormtrooper with 361 pieces. Even uglier, but it does have a stud shooter. Sorry, not a stud shooter. One of those shooters that you can actually shoot C-3PO with. It's 335mm long, which is a bit taller than the C-3PO. Set number 8008, and obviously it's a Stormtrooper with a lot of Stormtroopers there in the back, which they tried to replicate a Stormtrooper, but it does not really look like one. It looks like more of a white Darth Vader to me. So pretty interesting to see. And this is also the opposite switch, so the C-3PO is on the left, now the Stormtrooper is on the left, vice versa. So, and we also have a little alternate build, and cool that you can actually switch it to a Sand Trooper from Mos Eisley if you'd want to have that look of a Sand Trooper. Pretty cool to see as well, all those little designs and details that Lego Star Wars did think about back in the day. But unfortunately, this was the last year of these sets, so you'll probably never see them again. Now, Watto's Junkard is a set that is very expensive. Now, there's one singular reason. Before I pick the set up, the reason is because of one singular figure. Now, it got released later in the years with a Sith Infiltrator, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, it was a another pod racing set. But because of this unique printing of the Watto in this set, and specifically that it's Watto's Junkard, so it's specifically for Watto, this set, this minifigure alone probably sets you back around $300 new, the figure alone. So this set has grown up in increased value over the years quite a bit. So if you do want to purchase this set, it's 7186. A lot of people actually forget about this set existed. It doesn't have any big named figures except for Watto in the set, which is actually very unique and interesting because most of the sets that are very popular are sets that have like Luke or Lando or some interesting minifigure that a lot of people know, but this set in specific had Watto, just making that price drive go up and increased in the retired value market. So very cool to see for a set from 2001 being that expensive. It does show you the different speeders that we've got. We've got the green one and the blue one, and a little bit of a workshop of Watto's Junkard, of course. Then we have 3 alternate builds of the models. We have a cool sort of a mobile thing, a plane, and some sort of a, I don't know, a catamaran or something like that. Very weird alternate builds. Now lastly, it also shows you that it has the manual inside and the box. Very cool to see. Brand new in box. I am very excited I have this set in my collection. It's one of the holy grails that a lot of LEGO Star Wars collectors really want, but is a very cool set in 2001. Now in 2001, it was one of the first years of LEGO Star Wars UCS sets, and we got released with the Rebel Blockade Runner, or the Tantive 4 as you believe. 119 is the set number. Massive set, massive box. Rebel Blockade Runner written on the bottom with 1,748 pieces. Has a couple pictures of the model landing in the Star Destroyer and flying around all those planets, and also a Star Destroyer chasing it like in the movie. Very cool UCS set, probably one of my favorites. I do have it on display in the corner over there, if you can see. It's in the corner, but this is just a box, and I am well aware that there was 2 sets released of UCS in 2001, one being the Darth Maul and one being the Rebel Blockade Runner. This is the cooler one because I believe it's a ship. It's much cooler, and you can actually have it on display, whether or not it's a bust or not, but the bust just looks a bit different. Then the back of the model shows you all the different play features like the satellite antenna, the shooters, the side of the model, and all those cool different engine pieces, which are extremely, actually, if you're building this set, those turrets at the back, or the engines, are very, very not sturdy. So if you do move it around, it's most likely going to break. I had to rebuild mine over 3 times for it to be actually sturdy, because it kept just breaking off, and it was just a horrible experience to have on display. But that's something to know, if you are going to buy this set in the future or have it on display. Just keep that in mind, because it's going to be a bit difficult in that engine area specifically. It's very heavy as well. So very cool set. And also these actually rubber rings, if you can see the rubber there, black little rubber. Often or not, because this set is over 24 years old, those actual rubbers break off after a while, and I've had a lot of experience where I actually lose them because they break off, and it's very hard to find replacements. So make sure to have a hair clip, not a hair clip, a hair elastic. If you want to use that, that's probably going to break it, but something like that to replace the rubber elastic. But being the first ever UCS set, I am very happy with it. And the Darth Maul bust, of course, very cool, but very hard build as well. Most of these sets and instructions weren't that specific about the steps involved, so a lot of the sets actually been built wrong, and a lot of the things were just wrong. So just keep that in mind when building these sets from 2001, and that was the 2001 LEGO Star Wars wave. Only 10 sets, believe it or not. Technic also going down, and the UCS models being revealed to the public, and also being still produced to this day. UCS models like the Venator and the Millennium Falcon keep being reproduced, and they start coming maybe next year. So we'll stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for enjoying my 2001 LEGO Star Wars collection, and make sure to like and subscribe to my videos.